Pokemon Duel trainers. We now have 2 new Ultra Beasts. Yes!
We could be.
What's up, Pokemon Duel trainers? It's your host, Showtime, here with another episode of Pokemon Duel. And today we have an awesome episode to get into. We got a new update. We got new Pokemon. So let's jump right into it. We got my man BUZZWOLE. BUZZWOLE is one of my favorite Pokemon in the Pokemon game. It's really a Pokemon that usually hits pretty hard. It just looks fierce. It's just a great Pokemon. So let's get into it. First things first. So Nihilego now has some friends. Some new Ultra Beasts have come to join the party. So let's see if now Nihilego is viable to play with his added additions. The first one is BUZZWOLE. It's a bug fighting type, and its ability is Ultra Pump Up. Pump it up. Ultra Pump. Cool ability name. So bear with me, it's a mouthful, but I am going to read it. Until it engages in its first battle after moving to the field. At the start of your turn, this Pokemon may move to a point by moving over an adjacent Pokemon instead of using an NP move. Your turn ends. This Pokemon deals plus 29 attack damage for each Pokemon in the Ultra space. Alright, check it out. This ability, it's nice, but let's break it down into chunks to see exactly what it is. Okay, basically the Pokemon has to be on the field for it to actually work. That's a given. But it can hop over other figures. Think about like a Tapu Koko that can hop over figures, but there's no stipulation about it being a fairy type. Think about Zapdos being able to hop over figures, but no stipulation about the ability of the other Pokemon that can't have Soar. So this Pokemon can hop over figures, but it can only do it before its first attack. So once you attack with BUZZWOLE, that mobility cease to exist. The other thing I want you guys to note about BUZZWOLE is after you hop over a Pokemon, you can't attack. Your turn is going to end. Because it says after the start of your turn, this Pokemon may move to a point moving over an adjacent Pokemon instead of using the MP move. Your turn ends. So basically you can't hop over and then attack. Sort of like how I like to use Mega Charizard. I like to hop over, Mega Blaziken. I like to hop over figures, burn them, and then attack. You can't do this with this figure. Once you hop over, that's it. So it's like a catch-22. It's nice to hop over, but you want to have options to attack or not. But let's look at the other part of the scary part of the ability. This Pokemon deals plus 29 attack for each Pokemon in the Ultra space. What? Plus 29? That sounds out of control. But let's look at the wheel. Is the wheel like hitting hard? So we got a 53 and a 113. So 53 plus 29 is 82. So you have an 82 off attack, and 113 plus 29 is 142. So pretty strong. Pretty strong. 113 is not bad by itself, but 142 knocks anything out without chain levels. Besides Mega Mewtwo X. But yeah, the BUZZWOLE, the numbers look okay. The numbers look okay, but let's look at what's behind the numbers. The first ability is Ice Punch. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes frozen. Wait a minute, BUZZWOLE can freeze also? So are we gonna see some pseudo freeze decks? That's nice, and it's also just the off attack. You know, it's 24 Misslice. It's a 24 slice of the wheel. So okay, so it can freeze if it gets knocked out. So that's a nice constellation. You want to knock out my BUZZWOLE? Stay freezing. Okay, then you have a nice dodge ability, a 4 slice of dodge, which is cool because of the status condition. If BUZZWOLE gets status conditioned, only the dodge will disappear, so that's nice. And then you have superpower, the 113 attack that if you have a Pokemon in the Ultra space like Nihilego, it's gonna deal 142. So okay, so 142 is good also. But let's look at this interesting ability. The blue attack. You guys know I love blue attacks, you know. I love my Mega Blastoise blue attack. But let's look at this. Chest Repulse. Attaches a cracked marker to the battle opponent if the battle opponent spins an attack of 130 damage or more. Okay, so now Scizor and Mega Scizor have some help. You know, are we gonna run BUZZWOLE in a cracked deck? You know, I like the cracked ability, but I thought it was difficult, you know, to actually get it to work. But is BUZZWOLE you know, gonna help the cracked markers? So in order for a cracked marker to work, the opponent has to spin 130 or more. And you have to land on a blue. And the blue is 24, which is the same as Ice Punch. So you'll have to level up to 24 if you want the cracked marker in your deck to be viable. If you want freeze to be viable in your deck, you have to level up the Ice Punch. And if you want raw power, you have to level up the super power. So BUZZWOLE is going to fall prey to the same thing that, you know, other Pokemon that can do a lot of things, but you really don't know what you want to level up. This kind of reminds me of Decidueye. You know, this kind of reminds me of Raikou. You know, you have some cool abilities with Decidueye, and you have some very cool ability with BUZZWOLE. I mean, I love them. But depending on what type of deck you're running is going to determine which ability you level up, because you can go either way. I can see you running BUZZWOLE with in a freeze deck, you know, just level up the Ice Punch. I can see you run BUZZWOLE in a cracked marker deck, just level up the Chest Repulse. I can see you running BUZZWOLE in a straight up power Ultra Beast pseudo deck and just level up the superpower. So it's gonna be up to you. It's gonna be interesting. BUZZWOLE will find his way in some decks. There's no special plate you need to run BUZZWOLE. It's, you know, it's one of those UXs that's a standalone figure. So I like it. I like it. We just got to figure out like what is the strong suit of BUZZWOLE, you know? And it's probably going to be the superpower, because the superpower has the most of the dominant wield at level 1. You know, at level 5 it's going to be a 45%, you know, will slice of superpower. Let's see, because if you level up Chest Wall, it's going to be 33% of the chest of the wheel at level 10. You know, so same thing with Ice Punch. So let's see where the meta shapes up. But BUZZWOLE is nice. It's gonna help out Neoligo. Like once you get a Neoligo down in the Ultra Space, your BUZZWOLE becomes that much more powerful. So let's see if this works out. Next up, we have Pharaoh Mosa. It just sounds like it smells nice. All right, its ability is Ultra Spring. Of course, it's a bug and fighting type as well. In this Pokemon's first battle, after moving to the field, any effects of the battle opponent's ability that increase or decrease damage are nullified. This Pokemon gets +1 MP for each Pokemon in the Ultra Space, to a maximum of 4. Okay, so first things first with this ability. What you want to do with Pheromosa is you want to line it up with Lunala as quick as possible. You don't want to bring this off the bench until you see exactly where the opponent puts their Lunala, and then you want to line it up directly with Lunala, and if Lunala moves, you move right along with it, because Lunala can't really contend with this, you know? I mean, maybe a level 10 Lunala with a 70 attack is going to beat the 67 attack, but it stops there, you know? So this is a cool figure, you know, to try to counter Lunala a little bit. Let's look at the attacks. Okay, it has an 8 miss slice, 2 force. First ability, Low Sleep, attaches an MP -1 marker to the battle opponent. Now, I don't know how viable this is going to be, because if you knock out the opponent, I don't think the marker is going to stay on the opponent. I mean, if the opponent knocks you out, then yeah, you're going to be able to make it -1. So that's going to be cool. Yeah, you can actually take away a movement point from a Pokemon. So that's nice. Next ability is a nice 4 dodge slice. Again, really cool, because if a status condition hits Pheromosa, the dodge is going to disappear. Next, you have an Ice Beam. Ice baby. It looks like the Ultra Beasts are going to be doing some freezing. Ice Beam. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes frozen. Okay. So again, we might have some pseudo freeze decks, you know? Let's see how this works out. And then you have a miss, and then you have Call Signal, which I think BUZZWOLE missed. BUZZWOLE should have had a Call Signal as well. I don't know how you make Ultra Beast without Call Signal. You know, I don't know what the devs are thinking, but this does that design of a Pokemon, it feels good. Call Signal. Move one of your Pokemon that is in the Ultra Space to a point 2 steps away from this Pokemon. Okay. So Pheromosa has a Call Signal. That's nice. Pheromosa have the ability to move up to 4 movement points. The thing about Deoxys is speed form off the bench, but it's going to be constant if I have 2 Pokemon that are in the Ultra Space. So the Pokemon looks good. It looks good. It has the ability of half damage. You know, it has the ability to take away 1 movement point. It has the ability to retrieve Pokemon from the PC. It has the ability to freeze. The Pokemon is all over the place. It has many abilities, a lot of utility. And I love it. I love it. So let's see what happens with Pheromosa. It's going to be used in a wide variety of decks. I can see it used in the freeze decks. I can definitely see it used in straight up Ultra Beast decks. You know, I even see it working with what's the figure, Venusaur, like in a poison deck. Venusaur like takes away a movement point, and then you can attach this and take away another movement point. It can stack like this. This is a nice Pokemon. All right, so Pheromosa. Next up, Gallade. Its ability is Psychic Sensor. Psychic type battle opponents have the in-battle effects of their abilities nullified. So for the entire match, Lunala cannot half your opponent's ability. You don't have to battle Gallade. Gallade is a support Pokemon. If you guys look at this very clearly, Psychic type battle opponents have the in battle effects of their abilities nullified. So it doesn't say that you have to attack Gallade. So as long as you stick this on the field, Lunala is useless. Bye bye Lunala. Farewell. Everybody that put 10 cubes in Lunala, that's the way the ball bounces. That's the way the ball bounces. So let's see if Gallade actually has the attack power to actually be in the game. Let's see. So it looks like an attack is 110 and a 70 and a 3-star purple. So let's look at the 70. Deals 2 times damage if the battle opponent is a fighting type Pokemon. So for all the fighting type Pokemons, including Blaziken, you know, it's gonna deal 140. You know, and Blaziken is hidden for 130 with no chain levels. With 10 chain levels, it's gonna be 140. So it's gonna be on par with like a level 10 Blaziken. The next ability is Night Slash. Night Slash with an asterisk, 110. If this Pokemon is knocked out, you may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. If this Pokemon is not knocked out, you may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. So I see some type of, you know, it's okay. It's okay. I may see some cheeses with maybe like Spirit Tomb or some Pokemon that have 0 MP or 1 MP, you know, I can see some people trying to combine this with a Pokemon that gets no play, like a Rayquaza or something like that, to try to get him on the field. I don't know about this ability. You know, it's nice in some tricky niche decks, but let's see. The next ability is Teleport. Okay, so it has some mobility. So is Gallade enough by itself, you know, to be in the game? And I think it might be. I really think the reason why is because Lunala is so prevalent. You know, so with this Pokemon just on the field, even if you just use it as a goalie, as a true supporter in the back, you know, I don't know about the teleport ability as a goalie, because then you're going to be moving away. But we got to find a way to have Gallade on the field and not get mixed up in too many battles, because it doesn't hit too hard, you know, not with the 70 and the miss. But the ability to not let Lunala's ability like trigger. You know, maybe you just match it up with Lunala straight up, you know, because the 70 just deals with Lunala even if it's chain level 10, and the 110 definitely deals with Lunala, and the 3-star purple deals with the 2-star Moongeist. Maybe you land it up directly with Lunala. I don't know, but I know we're going to try to find a space for it, because there's too many Lunalas prevalent, and Lunala's not going away because people have invested so much material in it. And just being stubborn, investing that much material in Lunala, it's going to be on the field. The next Pokemon we have is Mega Gallade. It's a psychic fighting type. Ability, 2-sword strike. This Pokemon can attack Pokemon that are 2 steps away. While it does this Pokemon's attack have a range of 2. Your psychic type Pokemon and your fighting type Pokemon deal plus 10 damage. Okay, let's look at the wheel really quickly. So it has a 110 and a 90, but it's a Mega, so it's going to evolve, which is going to be a 120 and a 100, but then it's going to get plus 10, so it's going to be a 140, 120. So this is a 140, 120 with 0 chain levels, okay? So Psychic Blade, 120, deals 2 times damage if the battle opponent is a fighting type. So this 120 is really going to be dealing 240? Am I saying that right? Oh my goodness, it's dealing 240 for fighting types. That's hitting hard. Correct me if I'm reading that wrong, because this 90 is not going to be 90. This 90 is going to be 120. It's 10 for evolving, 100, and then 20 for the psychic and fighting type. So yeah, so 120 times 2 is 240. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm reading that wrong, but that sounds OP for fighting type Pokemon. I think it's a fighting Pokemon's worst nightmare. The next ability is Night Slash. And again, if this Pokemon is not knocked out, you may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. A lot of avenues to open up with there. People will get creative with their deck selections and their crafting. Let's see where Night Slash actually falls. And then you have a 3-star teleport, you know, which you can move it 2 steps away. Some mobility for Mega Gallade. Is it going to be on the field? It stays prevalent, you know. Every Mega that comes out, you know, I compare it to Mega Gengar, you know. Does it hit the board really hard? Does it have an impact on the game right away? And Mega Gallade, I don't know. I really don't know. Mega Gengar has the ability to hop over figures. Trap has 3 movement points. You know, can Mega Gallade be better than Mega Gengar? We will see. We will see. I mean, that 240 sounds broken for fighting type, but let me know. Let me know. Because if it's not a fighting type, it's just gonna hit 90 for 90. So we will see. We will see. It looks interesting. I like the way that Pokemon Duel developers are going. They're giving us Pokemon with many different tricks up their sleeve. Okay, next we have Beware. Normal fighting type. The ability is Fluffy. The damage dealt to this Pokemon by its battle opponent, excluding fire type Pokemon, is cut in half. So this is like a Lunala on steroids. When I say on steroids is because it has an all-white wheel. You know, it has an all-white wheel, and the 50, which is the Bear Hug, you know, let me read that ability. The battle opponent spins. If it spins a blue attack, it's knocked out. So it's gonna knock out people that spin a blue attack. So that's nice, especially with all the Neoligos and the Ultra Space and the Ultra figures that are in the game. Also, Wave Arms. The battle opponent is moved to the bench and gains weight. So this is like a Sunsteel Strike, but the battle opponent actually gains weight, you know. So it doesn't go to the PC, it goes to the bench, but it gains weight. So it's kind of like a Sunsteel Strike, you know, kind of like a Deoxys Slip, you know, but for the opponent. So yeah, so Beware might be some play as well. The only problem with Beware is that it has a huge miss, like some other notable figures that are in the meta, like Blaziken. It has a 16 miss. So you're probably going to need to invest some Carbonite in it to get any type of consistency. You know, it's kind of like Solgaleo with the 16 miss, but we'll see. Beware, you're not going to just attack Beware. You're not going to just attack him because, you know, it's basically hitting for 120 and 100, you know. So we'll see if Beware gets some play. I know they released a Pokemon that counters halving ability, but let's see. Let's see. It's a nice design. It's a nice design. I wonder if 120, 100 is enough to stay in the meta now. And that's it for the EXs, but we have a rare that might see many cameos. We have Poliwrath, and we know how much Poliwhirl got play. So let's look at the ability. Of course, it's a water fighting type. Hypnotic Stare. That sounds like a drink. Hypnotic Stare. Okay, I want to taste that. Any Pokemon that battles this Pokemon will become confused. So wait a minute, this is like Toad. This is like Seismitoad, except it's not poisoning, it's confusing. So just think, put on your Pokemon Duel thinking caps for me for a second, trainer. Imagine running Poliwrath with Seismitoad. You're confusing and poisoning any person. Your opponent is not going to want to battle you. You know, imagine a Poliwrath, a deck with Poliwrath, a deck with Seismitoad, and a deck with Sableye. Your opponent is not battling you at all. Then it becomes a game of positioning, you know, and who can outsmart who. You know, I like the deck. I like the deck. I like the Noah's Ark deck with 2 of each. 2 Poliwraths, 2 Sableye, and 2 Seismitoads. And you don't even need to knock out. I'm just trying to play a game of just board positioning. Just confusing people off the jump, like as soon as you battle them. That's amazing. And so the wheel, you don't really have to hit too hard if you're confusing Pokemon, because you're going to be landing a lot. The Pokemon's going to be landing a lot of miss. So you have a 16 miss slice, you know, 2 8s. You know, you'll probably want to invest some Carbonite to like try, if you're going to use this, to try to get the miss down a little bit. You know, because at level 5 it's still going to be a 12 miss slice. At level 10, you're going to be able to have it in an 8 miss slice. So So you have a dynamic punch, which is going to hit for 100. You know, maybe you want to put one chain level on this, you know, to beat all the static chain level 100 damage attacks. But then you have double slap, which is gonna spin again. If double slap is spun, deal plus 20 damage, which is only gonna hit for 60. You know, so really you're banking on this opponent confusing people and then it landing miss. So with this, maybe the first time you battle with Poliwrath, it will get knocked out. So if you run Poliwrath, you probably need to run max revive plates, you know? And I said plates, like plural, you know? Check out Giggity Gaming's last video with the double max revive, you know? But you definitely need to run double max revive plates if you're going to be running decks with Poliwrath. Because let's face it, it's probably going to get knocked out the first time, you know? I wish the attacks were like purple or even blue, you know? Because you really don't want to knock out with Poliwrath. But I guess they had to make it a little bit, you know, weak. I mean, we all wanted Poliwrath to be an EX. Go figure. If Poliwrath was an EX, they probably would have made one of these attacks of purple and the other attack of blue, you know, and then that would have been great. But we gotta use what we got. The next Pokemon that may see some play is also a rare, and it's Hypno. You know, it's 2 movement points, so it's winning right there. It's a 2 movement point Pokemon, and while this Pokemon is on the field, the sleep condition is not removed by the effects of other abilities. So the whole thing about sleep decks and why sleep decks never took off is because Tapu Koko was prevalent. If you guys don't know Tapu Koko's ability, it's that if it's near any Pokemon that is sleeping, it wakes it up. You know, you don't have to tag it, you just have to be near it. And it's if you're 2 steps away from Tapu Koko, you wake up. So a lot of people were trying to run Snorlax, but then Snorlax put a Pokemon to sleep. But Tapu Koko will wake it up. Your own Tapu Koko is waking every Pokemon up. But with this Spellbind ability, while this Pokemon is on the field, sleep conditions are not removed by the effects of other abilities. So because of Hypno's Spellbind, we can actually put Pokemon to sleep. So let's see if some sleep decks come into the meta. You know, the wheel looks okay, 70, 40, nothing crazy, but Sleepwalk. That's the main attack we're going to look at, right? It's 28 wheel slice. At level 10, it'll be 37. You know, maybe if in a sleep deck. Maybe just keep this in the back somewhere in the sleep deck as your supporter, you know, because I don't think you want to battle with this. Let's see. The battle opponent falls asleep. You may move one Pokemon that is asleep to a point within its movement point range. The moved Pokemon gains weight. So, yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if you want to actually battle with Hypno, but you may want to have it on the field in a sleep deck so that you really can't wake up other opponents with effective abilities, aka with effective Tapu Koko. So that, what else is this? The fall. So I'm not gonna go into the rest in super detail. The damage dealt to this Pokemon by its battle opponent, excluding fire type Pokemon, is cut in half. So kind of like a Lunala's ability, but not for fire type Pokemon. So yeah, I can see people running this. You know, this is in essence it's a 140-80. You know, so maybe. I mean, the 40 is kind of a lot, you know, but it's like a Sunsteel Strike. The battle opponent is moved to the bench and gains weight. So in essence, this always is going to be like a double knockout, because let's face it, most Pokemon hit for over 80. So if 80 is cut in half, it'll be 40, and then 40 and 40 will draw, and so both Pokemon will go. Well, you will go to the PC and the opponent will go to the bench. So yeah, so I'm not gonna go over any more Pokemon in this update because I don't know if any more are gonna get play. And yes, so let's just do the last one. Makuhita, Impact Charge. The battle opponent is moved to the bench and gains weight. The 50 attack, and the other ability is Fake Out, which is like Meowth. This Pokemon switches places with the battle opponent. It is what it is. You guys can read into that. Is this gonna get play? Maybe in an uncommon haul or lower, but we'll see. Okay, so that's the update. We have 2 new Ultra Beasts. We have BUZZWOLE and we have Pheromosa. BUZZWOLE can hit for 142. BUZZWOLE has the ability to freeze, and BUZZWOLE can apply Cracked Marker. We have Pheromosa. Pheromosa has the Call Signal ability, which can move or remove a Pokemon from the Ultra Space and place it on the field for cheap surround kills. We have Pheromosa can actually take away a movement point from a Pokemon And Pheromosa also has the ability to freeze a Pokemon. And note, Pheromosa has the ability to move 4 movement points if it has 2 Ultra Space figures. Well, two figures in the Ultra Space. So let's see if we're going to couple up Pheromosa with the Ultra Beast. And let's see if BUZZWOLE is going to get some play. I mean, I like the chest repulse ability on BUZZWOLE because it's a cracked marker. And now it's giving cracked some support. But realistically, I would have rather have a call signal on BUZZWOLE as well. You know, so we can truly use the Eligo and actively get him out from the Ultra Space easily. So guys, in the comments down below, let me know if you guys are happy with the design of the new figures. Let me know if you guys think a cracked marker deck is gonna be viable. I mean, Scissor and Mega Scissor did need some help. Is BUZZWOLE that help? I mean, is Pheromosa with 4 movement points gonna be OP? I mean, you are gonna be down 2 Pokemon, but is that gonna matter if you have a Pokemon with 4 MP? You know, this is Showtime signing off. Peace, trainers.